Welcome to episode 9 of Saturday Night Satire. So, in tonight's show, Andy Burnham steps into number 10 uncontested, and Labour discovers that unelected Prime Ministers are completely okay as long as they wear a flat cap. So, before I move on to the satirical bit, here we go. The bizarre news today. Volunteers in the UK National Archives discover an original 1776 copy of the American Declaration of Independence sitting under a pile of dust, which proves that even in 1776, British filing systems took 250 years to find anything. And I tell you what, the way it's been with these grooming gangs, it'll probably be another 250 years before they put a stop to it. Anyway, on with the show. So, there's going to be a couple of sketches now before we're going to the Andy Burnham monologue. So here we go. So remember Coronation Street? Now some of you might not have been born before because with a couple of these characters, Phyllis Pierce and Percy Sugden, but you'll know who they are once you hear the voices. And you remember Jack and Vera Duckworth, and of course Stan and Hilda Ogden. So here we go. Hilda to Stan, and the reply now. Hey Stan, look at this wallpaper at number 10 North. It could do with a nice set of 3 ducks on the wall, just like ours. Do you think Andy Burnham will let me be his cleaning lady?
Oh, blooming okay, Hilda. If he's a new Prime Minister, ask him to pass a new law to my favourite armchair being moved down to London and see if he can do something about the price of a pint. Down there, it's highly irregular.
I mean, you got Phyllis to Percy Sugden.
Oh, Percy! That Andy Burnham looks like such a firm, robust figure of authority. Oh, it makes a mature lady like me set her heart fluttering, just thinking about his local devolution policies. Don't you feel a certain urge of passion?
Oh, give over, woman. You going on about fluttering your hearts like that. It's highly irregular that you're doing this. I joined the British Army, you know, and we didn't go fluttering, have our hearts fluttering about who the new Prime Minister was at the time. We didn't give a monkeys about who was running the country. Now it's Jack and Vera, so it's Vera to Jack, and Jack's response. Hey Jack, get out of the betting shop. The new Prime Minister is trying to sort out the budget, and you're there looking for a pen to write out your betting slip. Wouldn't it be good if you became Lord Duckworth of Ladbrokes? It's got a lovely ring to it, hasn't it, Jack?
Oh,
Give over, Vera, give over. My pigeons have got bits of rings round their legs. Mind you, my little swamp duck, this Andy Burnham fella looks like he needs a stiff drink or two. He'll need it. I've working with Angela Rayner as housing secretary, who even forgot to pay her second home's stamp duty. So that's a couple of 6 deceased characters. Sadly, the actors are all dead now who played up them. But just think, if those characters in Coronation Street were alive today, is that how they'd be looking at it? Interesting view. So, here we go. I've had to write down the Ronnie Corbett monologue here, because in true Ronnie Corbett monologue, here it is. And of course, as you know, I'm doing the Andy Burnham impression. Well, I do the Andy Burnham impression as Ronnie Corbett, so here it is. So then, nominations opened and closed before anyone could ask for a ballot paper, and I walked straight into number 10. Wow. Now it's funny, isn't it? For years, Labour have told us that having an unelected Prime Minister like Theresa May, we all remember her, Theresa May and Rishi Sunak, was a complete disgrace to modern day democracy. But the moment I stepped in without a single public vote, I'm not, even for a moment, considered to be unelected. What they call it is efficient administrative streamlining. Well, I gave my first speech outside Parliament without a lectern, because I don't need that, so I'm just trying to look hip and cool. And I was completely off the cuff, like this Lord Alice suits with Keir Starmer as gifts. I had no notes and promised to bring back hope. A bit like the Star Wars movies, Star Wars, A New Hope, or in this case, Labour, A New Dope. And cutting bus fares sounds fantastic until you hear the London-based media losing their tiny little minds. They do lose their minds over the slightest things. You just say the magic words, Reform UK, and woo, they're on off attendance. They're claiming that I'm moving to Downing Street to make it look more like Coronation Street, as we had the impressions earlier. Actually, I could pop into Roy's Rolls and grab a sausage roll and a Nichols cake. Anyway, GB News think I'm going to replace the cabinet room with the Rovers Return snug and putting a dartboard on the wall, which is absolute nonsense. And between you and me, looking at the state of the economy, I told my driver Kevin, looking at this budget, I was looking at this budget. To be honest, I prefer the drinks cabinet. But it got me thinking, what if number 10 North turns out to be haunted by ghosts of Weatherfield's greatest legends like Jack Duckworth, Vera Duckworth, Stan and Hilda Ogden, and of course, don't forget Phyllis Pierce and the great late Percy Sugden. Not Percy Thoreau, because that was Blue Peter. No, we're talking Coronation Street. It looks grim up north because I'm just thinking of Angela Rayner up there with me. And that concludes the monologues today. Not much been happening in the news. I mean, they're talking about that Axel Rudikubana, the guy who looks like he basically looks like a voodoo doll on acid. I mean, those blank staring eyes going completely dead behind the eyes. So, as we know, Cards Against Humanity time. Now that Keir Starmer's gone, what is he thinking about next week? Kamikaze pilots. Well, let's hope he's one of them. One of the kamikaze. At least he'll be going out with a bang. So, I'll just have a drink of my beer. Man, in case you're wondering, Stranger Things. I've also got this in a black shirt. Right. More Cards Against Humanity. What is Andy Burnham thinking about doing next week? Vikings. Well, maybe he's dressing up like one. Is it going to be Eric the Viking? Or is it going to be more, hey God, they're horrible? And I suppose with him wearing those Viking helmets, we'll all remember the horns. Make your own jokes up there if you want. I won't go talking about his helmets or anything. So what we're going to do now, we'll move on to this. Been pretty dead in the news this week, isn't it? It's all been the same thing. They've been mentioning Henry Novak again. There's something going on with that, where the judge has given the mother of the killer of Henry Novak, told the brother to hide the knife, and it's actually caught on video. Hide the knife that killed Henry Novak, and then that's when they claimed, oh, it was racism. Nah, if anybody was racist, it's obviously them towards Henry Novak. I believe he was Jewish. I might be wrong. Name like Novak, it does sound Jewish, doesn't it? So anyway, entertainment-wise, of course, Katie Price has now got a show appearing, I believe, on Sky or Netflix. In either case, I won't be watching. I'm not really keen on her, but that's what she's thinking about this week. powerful thighs. Well, we'll soon find out if she's got powerful thighs, if she can crush watermelons with them, or even coconuts. We know a song about that, don't we? I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. So, and who else? Oh yes, we have to have a little dig up this morning, don't we? So what is Ben Shepherd going to be talking about on this morning? Being a motherfucking sorcerer. Probably going to a Harry Potter convention, who knows? Yes. I mean, I once knew a magician who was so arrogant, he disappeared up himself. And there was a Spanish magician. He may have been Mexican, but we spoke Spanish. And he went, under, there's, and he disappeared without a trace. So, what is Cat Dealey going to be talking about on this morning, next week? Talking about God. Well, heaven knows how she got there, but there you go. Alison Hammond, what is she going to be talking about next week in this morning? Alcoholism. Well, sometimes I've got to feel as though I need a drink of alcohol so that I can watch this morning. I'm thinking, good grief, I think I will go and have a drink. But then by the time I get to the kitchen, I think, sod it, I'll have a coffee instead. And also, who else is there? Oh, her co-star is Dennis O'Leary. Not Dennis O'Leary, that's a film actor. Dermot O'Leary, I knew began with D. So he'll be talking about friction. Hopefully not about his trousers rubbing against his groin. I'm like, we won't know whether he's got a cricket in his underpants or whether he's got a bit of sand, like a sand sheets down there. I just hope he doesn't have any matches, because can you imagine him walking along and he'll go and be flame of fire. Mind you, if it happens near bonfire nights, the 5th of November, bonfire nights, he could be the guy. And who else have we got? That's it. Oh, let's go big and go Hollywood. We know Robert De Niro's very, very far left, isn't he? Yeah. Let's have a look at what he's going to be thinking about this week. Natalie Portman. I remember watching Natalie Portman in a film called Leon. I mean, that was before she became Princess Amidala in the prequel Star Wars films, ones with Ewan McGregor and Aiden Christensen becomes Darth Vader, doesn't he? And here, this is how I do. Right, if I drink a bit more, You need a can of either beer, well, any alcohol, anything that comes in a can, like any drink, right? But you need to be about halfway to get like a Darth Vader impression. And then all you do is that. You just gravel your voice and speak slowly. Like, I find your lack of faith disturbing. So there you go. That's a little bit of Star Wars for you. And he does say that line in one of the Star Wars films. I think it's the very first one that was made. And you hope. Right. So how many minutes have gone now? Oh, 20. We have a quick show today. So who else? Well, we hear that Whoopi Goldberg, another far left person. So what is she thinking about, Whoopi Goldberg, for next week? The American dream. And we know what that is for her, don't we? With her being a liberal who votes for Democrats. So her American dream is America without Trump. My idea of telling her that is give up on the baked beans, you'll Trump less. So, Ellen DeGeneres. She's another far left lovey, but what is she thinking about next week? $1 trillion. That's probably what's in her bank account, or so she likes to think. It's more likely what's in Bill Gates's bank accounts. 1 trillion. Plus $1 billion, of course. So, who else shall we pick? I know. Jack Nicholson. What is he thinking about? Holding down a child and farting all over him. Well, it's the sort of thing I could imagine him actually doing, especially if he's got a grandchild, you know. I can imagine him doing it just for a bit of a laugh. Come here, my son. Well, there's a $5 bill on the sofa. Go and pick it up. I can imagine it. But there you go. And also, who else have we got? We haven't picked anybody British yet, have we? So let's move to the UK now, of the British celebrities. So, Tom Holland is Spider-Man again. So I tell you what, let's have a look at what he will be thinking about next week. Necrophilia. Puts a brand new meaning to the song of Spider-Man had the line, Spider-Man, Spider-Man doing what a spider can. Well, for spiders into necrophilia, I mean, a black widow eats the male spider, doesn't it, after mating with her. I'm glad I'm not a male black widow spider. I got that wrong, haven't they? Have a woman eating a male. Right. So, what else have we got? Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes, Doctor Strange himself. What's he thinking about next week? A bleached arsehole. Well, that's what you get for sticking Damascus anally, isn't it? Mind you, kills all known germs, dead. Oh dear. Big bad Dom. Right. And who else shall we have? Well, next week, Loose Women's on, isn't it? So what will they be talking about in the week on the programme, Loose Women? A Pirate's Life. Probably having Johnny Depp on there talking about Jack Sparrow. Incidentally, do you know why pirates are called pirates? Because they are. Right. Alan Carr, the comedian Alan Carr, what is he thinking about next week? Being on fire. Wow. That's interesting because wasn't Dermot O'Leary about something about fire before? Yes, so here we go. So he's thinking about being on fire. It's a bit of a primitive way to keep warm in the winter, isn't it? Oh, I'll just put a bit of petrol over me, or gasoline, whatever you want to call it. Oh, oh shit. So there you go. I'm just thinking now, Bradley Walsh, who does the chase, amongst other things, and have you seen that chase around the world? To me, it's a bit like, do you remember Treasure Hunt? When Anneka Rice did it, then after that it was Annabelle Croft, and then they did a little special where various celebrities were jumping in and out of a helicopter looking for clues. Then BBC revived it at the end of 2002. The first 5 episodes were filmed around Kent, county up in England called Kent. And the first 5 episodes were filmed around there. And I tell you who took over the Kenneth Kendall one. Dermot Moynihan, who unfortunately passed away this week. And he was a Sky News presenter as well. But he presented that. And the person who was running about looking for clues was the Queen of Motorbikes herself, Susie Perry. And then they did 10 international shows. So that was pretty good. So here we go. Let's have Michael McIntyre, the comedian Michael McIntyre. What is he thinking about next week? Okay. Dropping the chandelier on your enemies and riding the rope up. Well, you can drop a chandelier on anybody who decides to make themselves my enemy. Make sure it's a bloody big chandelier. At least they'll land on them and took him out in style, wasn't it? So that's a bit Joel. And I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Until next week, have a good week. And what am I going to be thinking about next week? A funny farts. Well, I'll be thinking about that all week. Enjoy your week and join us again for episode 10 of Saturday Night Satire. Until then, goodbye.